Welcome to another video by Jimthecarguy. Today we're working on a 2006, it's an F350. This one is a 6.0 diesel. We're going to be changing both fuel filters. It's got two of them, one up in the top of the engine here, and the other one is down on the frame rail on that side over there. So I'm going to attempt to do this one here first because it's the easiest one. One thing I just want to mention with these particular vehicles, the trucks, as they get older, I always, because I've run into this problem before, where I change both fuel filters, and then when you start the vehicle up, you wind up with air inside the system, and you can't get the vehicle to run. So what we're going to do here is change the one filter up top first. We're going to start the vehicle up. We're going to let it run, let all the air purge out of the system first. And once the air is out of the top one, then we're going to go down to the bottom, and we're going to change the bottom one. And we do them like that just so we don't wind up with too much air inside there. I know a lot of you guys are going to say it's a waste of time doing that, but I've run into a problem before, and I always like to try to avoid a problem by just taking a few extra minutes to learn from my previous mistakes. So let's get in there. Let's get started. Now, this is the oil filter that's inside here. This is where your fuel filter is here. They make a socket that you can put over the top, but I think this was a 24 millimeter. It just goes over the top like this, and you use a regular ratchet to unscrew it and take it out. Make sure you have a bucket here to get the fuel, because you're going to have a little bit of leakage when you lift the filter out. And just pull the filter, and you can lift it right out. And that's what your fuel filter looks like. So we're going to take this out, and we'll get the new one, and we'll replace it with the new one. This is what the filters come like. There's a kit that actually has two filters in it, one for down the bottom and one for up the top. Now remember to put it back in the exact same way you took it out. It goes down over the top like this here. Just let it go down nice and easy, because otherwise you're going to have fuel squirting all over the place when you push it in too hard. All right, next thing we're going to do, open this up here. Take your O-ring out. Don't ever use the old O-ring over again. Always use a new one. Careful with the fuel. Take the O-ring off like this with a screwdriver or scribe, whatever you're going to use. Just hook the O-ring and you take it right off. And we'll put a new O-ring back on. Make sure it goes back into the groove that you took it out of. And once you're back in the groove, you can lubricate it with a little bit of diesel fuel. Put the cover back on, screw it on by hand. Don't use a ratchet yet. Now I just want to point out that you can use a 1/2-inch ratchet to remove that cover too. It does have a 1/2-inch notch in the top on it. I always like to use the right socket because I don't want to take a chance on breaking it, because it's only made of plastic. Now we'll screw it down as tight as we can until it touches, and then we're not going to go too tight because you don't want to break it. It's only made of plastic. That's it. All right, so now that's all set. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the vehicle up. Like I said, I'm going to start it, let it run, let it warm up, let it purge out any kind of air inside here. And once we do that, then we're going to go down to the bottom, and we'll continue with the filter on the bottom. So let's get this stuff out of here. Let's fire it up and continue. Okay, once you got your filter in up front, let the glow plug turn off. Then we'll fire it up. And we'll let it run for a while to purge out any air that's in the system. Make sure you have no leaks whatsoever. And then we'll just let it run for a couple of minutes to get any kind of air out of the fuel system, and then we'll proceed to the next one underneath. So we'll get underneath there and we'll do the bottom one. That was actually the sound of it cracking loose. Now what we'll do is we're going to drain it into a bucket. Obviously we're going to have a bucket down here so we can drain it. Let me just take this plug out and we'll start to drain it out. And we'll come right back. Okay, now we got the plug out and we're just going to let it drain out. And then once it drains out, then we're going to take that filter out. So just let it drip out and we'll come right back. Okay, once we have that in there, now we're just going to change the O-ring on the cap and then we'll put the cap back on. So let me just get the O-ring on. Okay, now we got the cap back on. We'll make sure it's tight. We'll take this off. And that's it. We're just going to go up top now and we're going to go up top and we're going to start this thing up and make sure we have no leaks. So let's go back up top. Okay, don't start it. We're just going to turn it off and on a couple times. We're going to turn it on, let the pump up. And we shut it off. And we'll do that about 4 or 5 times just to prime the system. Just going to make sure we have no leaks before we fire it up. I can hear the pumps running. Now we're just going to let it run for a while till we get all that air out of it. While this is idling, we're going to make sure we have no leaks. No leaks, nice and dry. All right, gonna let it run a little bit, and I'll show you what that filter looks like in a minute. I just want to point out why it's so important to change your filter periodically. Look at that filter, how clogged that thing is. This truck here probably had very little power. Look at this. It's horrible. All right, so we checked to make sure there's no leaks. We looked underneath the bottom, it's bone dried air. Our valve is tight, and we let it run to purge out any kind of air that was inside there. And that's it. We should be in good shape. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.